Moment I'm living, it's crossing. Feeling machine. Moment I'm living, it's crossing. Good morning, everyone.
Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's down to business here.
Well, Peter, if you're looking for a top-class left-back, look no further than this guy.
The seriously rapid Serginho. What can we expect from him?
Well, he's like a full-back, wing-back and winger fused into one. There's a lot of people who can learn a thing or two about the way he moves about the pitch.
Yeah, particularly the way he picks up those positions to gather goals and offer assists. Now it's Batistuta. Well read, nice interception. Costa Curta is there, and he can get that clear. Modric, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Can he get it through? Serginho. And it's Batistuta. Now it's Højlund. He's beaten Højlund! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Was he just trying to be a little too clever then? I mean, it's hard to say, but one thing's for sure. He needed to stick it away, and he knows it.
Nicely shaped ball. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Pulisic. Lovely feet. DiMarco. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And that's put paid to a promising move. And he's there to belt it away. Back into the middle, looking for options for movement. Anguissa. Anguissa. Good purpose. And the finish! Goal! ball, Inter! And Inter go in front. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game.
Shapes to shoot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And it's Modric. Oh, good take in a good area. He's having a shot! It's fallen kindly here. Yes, it's in! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Oh, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Bastoni, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Where do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Modric, passing is crisp and sharp. Tries to play it through. Incoming delivery. Big header! We've got a goal! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on? Or even better, can they get another?
Plays a sharp little ball here. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And he's quick to get it clear again. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Pavlovic kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Delivers with whip.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
And this is Battis. Goes for a shot! And he hits the net. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And it has to be said, an absolute gift.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Time then for the first substitution of the game. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Nakata going for... It's Nakata! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Well, it wasn't to be this time, but that should add to his level of confidence, something they can really do with at the moment.
And here's Batistuta. Serginho gets into a good position. And that's been won straight back. And across. Dumfries tries to... Shoots! Euphoria! Utopia! And they are cavorting! And the lead is extended still further. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Just way, way too good.
And that's it. Well, that's it for tonight's match. So it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We have already started here.
There's a player on this pitch who shines above the rest, and we're talking defence.
And that is?
Well, it's got to be Paolo Maldini.
Well, who's arguing?
Yeah, and he's a living, breathing symbol of leadership, loyalty and devotion to his craft. What a player.
Now it's Batistuta. And he shoots! Now, who's going to be first to this? And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Oh, it's played into the area. Costa Curta gets it away. Serginho. Nesta makes the interception. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Chelhanoglu, searching pass he's played there. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again.
Keane really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And that's been won straight back. Serginho.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is
Can
filled.
he finish? There's a goal! How very smart. He just got it right.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
That has really stirred things up, and if they carry on like this, things might even get louder here.
Chelhanoglu. Now he's got space here. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Nice looking ball. Good ball over the top. Keane receives it in a wide. Can he finish? It's anyone's ball now. And the two sides separated by the game's only... And the shot! And he hits the net! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Keane! Yes! And they're at it again in double quick time. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
A case now of complete control. Oh, what has happened here? Played out to the left flank. Paredes. Great vision. Goes for a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Roberto Carlos. That's a throw. Roberto Carlos. It's going to be another throw. And it's Chelhanoglu. Oh, played through for the wide man. Punched away. Modric.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Really has been an astonishing game, peppered with goals. You cannot help feeling that the second half will supply more. And that's the start of another 45 minutes. He's in a great position here. Maldini. And that interception was... He's had a shot! It's in! And look at his joy! Is this not why we love the game? Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business. The shot at goal! They've done it! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
It's become a case of men against boys.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Serginho's cross.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Tomori. Now, can they get him away? Looking to go deep. That's a decent clearance. They get a throw in. Soulé. And they win it back again. Locatelli. Paz at his creative best. He set up 2 goals. Paredes. Calhanoglu floated through. Costa Curta promptly onto that, and that is that. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Oh, delightful ball. And he's got the beating of his man. Calhanoglu. Anguissa. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And it's Calhanoglu. Pinches it off him. Locatelli. It's a searching pass. And that has been cut short. Nicely shaped ball. And he welcomes it in. Now it's Keane. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Nicely aimed pass. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Roberto Carlos, played in by Roberto Carlos. Defending of the desperate variety.
The taker has to look for options because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. Roberto Carlos goes short. Soulé's cross could have here their final chance. It's their second corner of the game. Oh, smashing header! And that's past the post. Thuram. Paredes. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And a chance! He scores! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. They needed to win, and And they have won. It is a triumph. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, it's pretty clear that there was a solid game plan in place for what was a very high-pressure game. I think it shows great maturity on the part of the players, and it was, for me, well-deserved and well-earned.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So that's got things underway.
Well, there's no doubt, Peter, that Alessandro Del Piero will be key here. But I'm curious as to what role he's exactly been given.
Well, what would you do, Jim, if you were the manager?
I'd give him a free role behind the attack. His flair, his technique make him the perfect player for that position. And he always seems to benefit from playing off that central striker.
And a shot! Yes! Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
So far, so good, Peter, but they need to start thinking of the next one now. Take this momentum and force the issue even more.
Looking to play him in, and it's been played through. He's having a shot! Oh, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Locatelli. Vlahovic. Now it's Del Piero. And he's running through. Thinks, can he finish? And he can clear it away.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. And I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And he shoots! Goal! Again in a trice, and they are soaring! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So that's 2 now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it. Now they have it.
Del Piero just eases him off the ball. Modric. Oh, that's clever. And he's intervened well there. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Del Piero. Thuram driving forwards. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Climbs up big! Just cruising! They are cruising! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. It is a good finish. The odds were against him, little matter.
Thuram demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just...
And that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so it's Yilmaz! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And this is Burak Yilmaz. Mbappe. Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. He's got away. Hangs in a cross. There will be a throw-in. It's going to be another throw. Ah, good steal. He just read it. Well, that has not gone well. And he shoots! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Sorloth brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
Rijkaard. Still goalless at the moment. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Pass is just off target. Guardiola.
Bangladesh are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking to play him in. Rafinha could try cutting inside. Climbs up big! They've scored! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Thinks about... Can he finish? It's and another try! Serginho can get it clear. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Delivery from Mbappe. And it's Rodri. Bellingham gets a foot in here. Nakamura, very much a man of this moment. Played up towards the front line.
Bangladesh are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
And he's picked it up out wide, and he's managed to get free. Cross to the back. Oh, what a climb! That's a decent clearance. And there is the half-time whistle. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Leading 1-0 at the break. Here we go again.
Bangladesh really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Van Dijk cuts it out. Van Dijk with the clearance. Khan. Surlot. And it's Otto. Looking for options for movement. Now it's Burak Yilmaz. Ah, such a clever touch.
Burak Yilmaz really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly. Oh, that was one big no-no.
Takes the shot! So we've reached the hour mark. Baresi calmly anticipates. He has found the way through. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be. Well, not the worst attempt. A little technical tweak should help the quality.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Gerrard. And here's Baggio. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Easy enough for the goalkeeper.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Roberto Baggio. He can run onto that. Now, and a shot!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
And he cuts out the supply.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be. Milan really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Oh, it's played. It's in! And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, it's fair to presume, I suppose, that Lionel Messi will, as almost always, Jim, be carrying a huge burden of expectation here.
Yeah, but it won't bother him at all, Peter. He just delivers without fail time and time again, and often in a way only he can.
Absolutely. So I wonder what the little magician will have in store for us today.
Well, all I shall say is expect the unexpected.
And the keeper gets his hands on it. Could move up a gear here. Nakamura plays a sharp little ball here. Great, and Van Nistelrooy! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And he's managed to get rid. Bellingham does well to get it back. Nakamura. Over to the left. Burak Yilmaz. He can get that clear and claimed it back swiftly. He's got away. Chance, surely! Guardiola. Played into space. Oh, that's clever. He's shifting. Burak Yilmaz! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Nakamura puts his foot on the gas.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Nakamura. It's a promising position.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Taken back almost at once. Eder Militao gets across to intercept that. Now it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Tries to play it through. Burak Yilmaz. It's Yilmaz! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Bangladesh really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Guardiola. He shifted it to the flank. Cherki. And he's there to belt it away. And that's a throw-in. Ah, good steal. He just read it. Van Dijk. Dunk. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Can he get it through? Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Rafinha picks it up out wide. Cross flung in towards the middle. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Yeah, it all looks so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
Rafinha. Oh, that looks a good ball through. Oh, what a climb! They've scored!
And for such a big name in your side to register very close to the break not only creates a real buzz in your dressing room during the break, but dispirits the opposition too and sets up a decent chance to go on and finish this game to their liking now.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had.
There's the whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And we are already promptly back underway.
Bangladesh definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
That's been cut out, well played. Pinged towards the front line. Now, can they get him away? Guardiola. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Nicely weighted ball. Nakamura. Referee's had a good look and given a corner.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
He rises! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Rijkaard is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
So we've reached the hour mark. Time and again they are repelled. Nicely shaped ball. Oh, nicely intercepted. He's in a great position. Burak Yilmaz! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
He's found a way through. No, he's had it taken off him.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out.
And there's the shot! So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the message they're sending out now is pretty loud and clear. Let's grab a second goal and give ourselves an element of comfort.
And here's Burak Yilmaz. Feyenoord can breathe again. Just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them. Feyenoord really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Oh, easy pickings there. Now it's Rafinha. Great vision. Messi has it in a wide position. They get a throw in. Stood up well to him there. And that's aimed in. Terrific header!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Feyenoord really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Azar.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Bellingham. Feyenoord are looking to break at pace. He is through here. And that will be it. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
And there's a lot more to read into this game than just the scoreline.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Frank Rijkaard's presence here in the middle will be massive, Peter. He's so physically dominant.
And a chance! Superb goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Kostic has it in a wide position, and it's claimed by the keeper. Dunk promptly onto that, and that is that. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Fernando Torres. Dunk kept his eye on it, and he's there. And reclaimed it in a trice. Messi, he's shifting through the gears here. Big chance! Quality ball. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And Messi! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Big header! Just off target.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Threads one in. Adams gets across to intercept that. Now it's Drogba, and he plays one through. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. And that has been cut short. Oh, easy pickings there.
Bangladesh really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Kostic. Burak Yilmaz. That's a pretty loose pass. Oh, super ball! Burak Yilmaz! It's bounced back off the post. And he hits the net. And there's the goal they've been looking for. Van Nistelrooy duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it. Now they have it.
Guardiola. This looks promising. Aimed beyond the defence. That ball looks a good one. He's onside. He's away. Great chance! Good effort, and it is right on half-time. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Bangladesh certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing. Don't leave the door open for the opposition.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and two... Can he finish? Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
And that is not the first time, Peter, the keeper has been left exposed by this defence. It needs a quick fix.
Rijkaard does really well to win the ball there. Nakamura. And he's there to retrieve it. That is ended up in no man's land. Caught offside that time. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Khan punts it upfield. Oh, they can break here. And he's worked it through. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Bangladesh clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Looking for a runner. Nicely worked. Shot could be... It's Yilmaz! Oh, it rattles the bar! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Picked out brilliantly. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, that's fabulous. Now the ball in. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Great vision. And they win it back again. Saliba plays a sharp little ball here. Now that looks a decent ball. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Kakatani. He's gone for goal! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, judging by his reaction, he clearly feels he should have made more of it, but he's looking very much like the big threat at the moment.
Tries to get it clear. And here's Kakatani. Haaland. Pass somewhat off target. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Manchester United clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Now he's got space here.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. That's that, the end. It's a super show all round, both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently, undeniably better equipped than the other. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Bangladesh definitely impressing me here, especially the way...
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And we're underway.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yep, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
And there's the shot! Nicely aimed pass. Quality ball. And that has been cut short. Tries to play it through. Played into space out wide. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
So changes already. That is a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings. They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that is a good ball to find him. So it is still 0-0. Great vision. Cute ball. Now, how can he reach it? Chance for a shot! There it is! And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now.
Eto! It's hit the upright. Kostic. He is through here. Burak Yilmaz! Oh, crossbar! Conte goes back to front. Over to the left. Oh, he's found support out wide. Now it's Yamal.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive? Look, that might have been telegraphed, but it's superb awareness.
Played into space. Thuram gets over and intercepts. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Thuram promptly onto that, and that is that. Defending was strong and firm. Threads one in. Isco. Cleared away and claimed it back swiftly. Nakamura. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. So your views on the first half?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that and still very much in this game.
Leading 1-0 at the break. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Bangladesh definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter.
And the shot! It's in! They are right back in business.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Barcelona grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Guardiola. Passing is crisp and sharp. Burak Yilmaz. It's Yilmaz! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
He's in plenty of space here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Kostic in acres of space out wide. Header! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Looking for options for movement. Nakamura. He shifted it to the flank. Oh, that's a key interception. And he's found a way. Shoots! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Ball's played through.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And yes, it's there! And they've got their lead back. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Goes for a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. That's a decent clearance. Rijkaard getting this one clear.
Barcelona really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency that...
Oh, what a climb! And it's come back out to him. And the lead stays intact, just.
Scholes really wanted that, didn't he? Probably a little too much, to be honest.
And he's intervened well there. Searching pass he's played there. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Tries to pass it through. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And it's Kakitani. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's been cut out. Well played. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. He's in a good position here. He's having a shot! No mistake! They have stolen level at the last! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems.
He rises! Oh, it's in! And that has raised the roof! Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Can he finish?
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pass somewhat off target. It's a promising position. That'll be a throw. That is good alertness. That's that, the end. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football, a real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Thrilling, nail-biting, perhaps frustrating until the very end, but we do have a winner.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off handsomely to squeeze the win out of a draw. Sometimes it comes down to grit and desire and the stubbornness to keep plugging away. And this has been great staying power.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So it's away we go then. Van Nistelrooy becomes the latest member of the 300 Club. Another feather in his cap in what has become a fine career.
Well, Peter, he has been the servant who keeps on giving to this team. You don't get to do what he has without a dedication and motivation that simply never wavers.
Now, and a chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Burak Yilmaz is offering a right smile there. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
He gets big! No, not the best of headers. There will be a throw-in. Ball's out, it'll be a throw-in again. Van Nistelrooy. That's good running with the ball. He is through here. Takes a shot! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
That's great running from him. Determined, committed, and getting on the front foot.
That's a cute ball. Great ball, and he shoots! And he's done it! And that was his 20th goal for this team.
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Dunk cuts it out. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Bangladesh clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Just more than 15 minutes till half-time.
Bangladesh are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
It's a promising position. He's onside. Rafinha puts across. Oh, he's been shot at goal! Ronaldinho, very much a man of this moment. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Tries to pass it through. And this is Ronaldinho. He's had a shot! Goal! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Knocks it into space. Ronaldinho. Great vision. Now it's Aubameyang. And he's had a shot! And that's off target.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
That has been slung wide. And the half-time whistle goes. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. The midway point of the game.
Oh, what a half of football. It's 1-1, but it could easily be 3-3 or more. Breakneck speed brilliance.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. And that's the second half started. Hazard. He's free. He's having a shot! And again! Really well taken goal. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Now it's Bale. Dunk is the team's great visionary. Oh, that's well spotted. Played back to the goalkeeper. Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. Oh, shoot! And the shot! And yes, it's there! They're level in a trice!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Al Nassr really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
This is quite a battle.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Rijkaard. Mbappe. Oh, this is a terrific run. Driving through. Chance for a shot! He scores! And they're back in front. And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
He has done it! 2 ahead, late in the day, game over surely. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Al Nassr take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Threads one in, and there's green grass ahead of him. And the finish! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Bale actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Alexander-Arnold to take it as usual. Alexander-Arnold goes short. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Batistuta. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Guardiola. Messi. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Looking to play him in. Looking for options for movement. Oh, what chance, surely! It's in! Deep into injury time! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next... Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Look, Peter, a strength in any team has to be...